Cobra's Curse is the unique spinning roller coaster at Busch Gardens, Tampa. This ride offers a one-of-a-kind, fully themed experience. Not only is it one of the park's best family coasters, but it's easily the park's best themed coaster. But just how does it stack up to the other spinning coasters out there? Find out in this review of Cobra's Curse. Mack built their first spinning coaster in 1997 with Euromir at Europa Park. This one featured a controlled spin during sections of the layout. From 2007 onwards, Mack has been offering spinning coasters that can rotate freely throughout the course. This has included many family coasters, plus a few extreme spinners in recent years. But in 2016, Mack built something completely different in Cobra's Curse. This ride would feature cars that could rotate, but they would only spin freely for 1/3 of the experience. And the vehicles will be way different. All of Mack's other spinning coasters feature circular vehicles where riders sit back to back. Cobra's Curse's trains look like Mack's Wild Mouse cars on a rotating platform. Each train is comprised of 2 cars, each seating 4 riders across 2 rows for a total of 8 guests per train. Then guests are secured by a simple lap bar. I don't have much of a preference where I sit on this one. While the ride does feature a continuous load platform and many ride vehicles, Cobra's Curse often has one of the longest waits at Busch Gardens, Tampa. This is because of the limited capacity of each train and the ride's popularity with families. The wait can routinely reach the hour mark on weekends or holiday weeks. Therefore, this is a smart ride to hit early. However, this is a fun queue line if you do get stuck in it. Located in the Egyptian section of the park, the entire attraction is themed to an excavation site. The former Snake King Venomous had a giant statue that granted him power, and anyone who rebuilt the fallen statue would be subjected to a curse. This story is told in the final room of the queue line through a series of projection mapping effects. They look really cool. Quick queue certainly does help you board faster, but you will miss this part of the story. The station looks amazing too with the hieroglyphics and snake-themed relics. Once dispatched, you pass some additional artifacts and countless warnings telling you to turn back. But it's too late. The music intensifies and you start hearing narration from the Snake King predicting your doom. There's no onboard audio in Cobra's Curse, but there are speakers positioned at key points in the layout to play dramatic music and narration. You then roll into the elevator shaft. This sequence is amazing. I love the detail in the lift structure and how it faces the massive snake statue. Cobra's Curse stands 70 feet or 21 meters tall, and that statue is even taller. It's an incredible thematic element both on and off ride. At the top, you move forward towards the snake's fangs and slowly turn away from it, but you are slightly banked outwards during that turn, which was a brilliant design choice to accentuate the near miss. You then start the first third of the coaster, which is taken entirely forwards. You then head down a twisting drop towards the Serengeti Plains. The drop itself isn't too forceful, but you do get some decent G's in the pullout. You then navigate an S-bend upwards and dive back down to the ground. Like the first drop, the most notable part of this sequence are the positive G's in the subsequent valley. You then turn into a mid-course brake run. The Snake King taunts riders as they're rotated 180 degrees. The second third of this coaster is taken in reverse. It's a slow helix that undulates up and down throughout, but the lowest point does give a pinch of positives. This section is otherwise sort of dull because of how little speed you have. You then ascend the final lift via a series of booster tires. This kicks off the best portion of the ride. The trains are finally able to spin freely for the remainder of the ride, which intensifies the action. You immediately start spinning on the swooping drop, which generates some good centripetal force as the vehicles rotate. You then navigate this steep horseshoe turn over the midway that's very disorienting. This is followed by back-to-back overbanks that also pass over pathways. These aren't too forceful on their own, but you can take them at weird angles. You then zoom through a tunnel with some nice positive G's before hopping into the final brake run, which ends the 2,100 foot or 640 meter long coaster, but the experience feels longer than that because of the thematic pauses. 2 other notes in the final section of the ride. First, it's easily the best themed coaster section with the use of trenches and near misses as you go over the pathways and excavation site. Second, the spinning typically isn't as intense as the Mauer, Gerstlauer, or even the other Mack spinners. For me, It's usually a slow rotation similar to the company's extreme spinners, but it's still enough to heighten the experience as you take all the elements in different orientations. So what would I rate Cobra's Curse? I would give this attraction a 7 out of 10. This ride tells a cohesive story start to finish. You have plenty of details in the queue line and during strategic points in the ride. Then the stakes intensify as the coaster progresses, culminating in the free spinning finale. While I don't love the elements in the first two-thirds, the finale and theming are well above average for a family coaster. The overall package is what allows this coaster to compare quite favorably to the other spinning coasters out there. So those are my thoughts on Cobra's Curse at Busch Gardens Tampa. What are your thoughts on this coaster? How do you think it compares to the other spinners out there? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.